As much as we all like to rip on men, this is time to take some accountability.
I don't think men like women anymore. I don't think that men desire us women anymore, us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to. Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to. Taking a girl on a date becomes an issue. You know, spending money on a woman is an issue. You should have your own money as a woman. Going out to do something fun is an issue. Why don't you just come over to the house and we could do something in the house? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from New York, but I see women all over the globe complain about what's happening with men nowadays. Is it women that's not making themselves desirable anymore? Because there are beautiful women out here, beautiful women, ambitious women, caring women, nurturing women who are outside looking for love, and men that just can't keep up with that.
Serious?
Like, they're not communicating with them. They're not willing to hang out and do fun things. What happens to the fun in life? What happened to life being exciting and fun and, going out and discovering the world? What are y'all doing? What are y'all men doing other than that? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Like, what are all y'all men doing? What are y'all doing? If it has nothing to do with a woman, what are y'all doing? Are y'all working? Because we're working too. Women are also working, and we still can do things. We still can go on vacations. We can still go out to eat. Why are us women going on vacations with our friends? We're going on vacations with our friends. We're going out to eat with our friends. We're going to do fun things outside with our friends. We're celebrating birthdays with our friends. Where are y'all? What are y'all doing? What are y'all doing? Where are you guys? Where are you? Where do you guys exist? I don't think men like women anymore.
Okay. She wants to know, where are all the men? And what happened? Well, what happened is women changed for the worst. All you have to do is go on TikTok and see how much they have changed. Women are not the fun, happy-go-lucky women they used to be. The perception right now is men owe women because we oppress them. With that messaging existing, it creates this hostile environment for men to see women in a good light. For me, I started seeing women differently when they couldn't answer that simple question: what is a woman? When you can't answer that question, something is definitely wrong. Mix that in with the whole choosing the bear, decentering men, Me Too, and the latest garbage, 4B. If women want to be desired by men, you have to make yourself desirable. Men desire women. If you don't know what a woman is, why would we want you? Let's take a look at the comment section. Today's women's attitude and character are undesirable. Wow, I wasn't ready for that. I thought it was going to be some man-hating going on here. What makes it undesirable, she asks. I agree. Facts. Very simple. Women are boring and irritating like this video. I wouldn't say she's irritating. She's just asking questions. What do you mean by a real woman? You know what she means. Non-trans. Women today aren't worth it. Y'all don't even try anymore. Yep, it's true. They say it every day. They say decenter yourself for men and focus on the me, me, me. So I can see where he's coming from on that one. On to the next.
One of the worst relationship advice that you could ever get is be yourself.
Y'all smoking crack! Something is wrong with you people!
Number one, what does that even mean? What does that even mean, be yourself? Do you know who you are? Because I don't know who I am at the best of times. The fluid vomit of reality that's in your head, that's existing at all times. Why would you just put that on someone? Just throw that into someone's head? There is a way to be around people who you don't love, and that is through politeness and etiquette and having manners. Yet to the people you love most, you're just supposed to be yourself. And what does that mean? So being yourself, if you're somebody with, let's say, avoidant attachment, that means that being yourself is just running away from them whenever stuff gets overwhelming. And if you've got anxious attachment, what does that mean? Does that mean completely vomiting all of your emotions on that person? The biggest thing I learned as a person with anxious attachment, or I had it before and now I'm secure, and yes, you can be too, is that being yourself isn't always the way forward. We get that told to us in our society, and that's why as the anxious attachment person, we just vomit all our feelings onto somebody, but that doesn't get us the love we want. The love we want isn't at the end and on the end of vomiting all our feelings, because sometimes even you haven't processed your feelings. The key to going from anxious to secure is learning how to first sit and process your own feelings first. It does not mean not communicating your own feelings or your own reality. You still can communicate your own feelings and your reality, but first take a pause and process them first, because unlike the anxious person, unlike the avoidant person, you have not processed anything. You just want to get it out there to feel better. That's like not waiting for the bathroom, but pooing everywhere. Like, wait for the bathroom. I know you want to go to the bathroom. I know you want to just divulge all your emotions everywhere, but wait to get into the bathroom and sit on the toilet. Otherwise, you just shout all over everybody and it's a mess. Be yourself after you've edited yourself. Being yourself despite anything is selfish. Let me give you an example of being yourself despite anything. You're sitting with your partner. It's a beautiful summer's day. You guys are having a cup of tea or champagne, whatever. You're sitting there and you're like, they've brought you there. And for some reason, you know those moments when you just don't feel the happiest, even though they've planned it all and you just don't know everything's right, but you're not feeling right. And you're like, nah, I'm not really enjoying this. Yet they've planned it all. Okay, now you've hurt their feelings. You'll say, oh yeah, but you should still communicate yourself fine. Then a hot waiter comes and you're like, they're hot. And your partner's like, wow, thanks. So you're not really enjoying this that I've planned for you, and you're eyeing up the waiter. Like, can we mediate ourselves? And then you just fart as well. You just fart in front of them. Like, can you imagine the reality of just being yourself? It's the worst advice. One of the worst relationship advice that you...
Okay. I think she misunderstood what the phrase be yourself is for. Be yourself is meant for people that don't have trauma or don't have mental illness. Be yourself is prescribed because why would you pretend to be something else in hopes of trapping a person into liking you? That's deception. Your real self will reveal itself anyways, so don't waste people's time. If you're crazy, let me know so I can make a decision about that. Don't try to mask it in hopes I don't see it. That's what bad people would do. Also, why are people taking advice from people that have mental illness like her? What advice could you give me if your brain is not well? It makes no sense. Instead of giving advice, she should go and finish her healing process because she still has work to do. Let's take a look at the comment section. Yourself is a trauma response in most cases. Yeah, if you're a victim, yeah. Feel your feelings, don't spill them everywhere or necessarily act on them. Well, that's how a normal human being thinks. Anybody that doesn't think like that already has problems. I've had to learn the hard way that I can't say how I really feel and I can't love the way I want because it's too much for people. And honestly, that's facts. It's just not life. Well, it seems like you have issues that you need to deal with. because just loving somebody in a normal manner, in a normal fashion, there's nothing wrong with that. You know, being yourself, there's nothing wrong with that unless you have problems upstairs. Okay? On to the next.
Sometimes a guy will have a 10 out of 10 girlfriend who is 100%, but he only sees her as 90% because his brain is lingering, has that wandering eye, and is looking for that 10% in someone else. That 10% in someone else is a 10% that they don't think you have. And this is why a lot of people have wandering eyes, because they are simply just fixated on that 10% in someone else. For example, it could literally be like boobs, right? And they see a girl that has really big boobs in a club and he's like, damn, he goes flirts with her, buys her a drink while they're in a relationship, mind you, because they've seen that 10% and their brain has automatically gone, this is it. This is the one for me. Without knowing her personality at all, they're just fixated on the 10%. He might cheat on you with her, he might break up with you and then eventually start texting her. He thinks that this 10% will complete his 100% chart list, right? And this 10% could be anything, okay? It could be anything that they don't think you have, which you definitely do, but in their eyes, it's a boy. So once they get the satisfaction of whatever they wanted to do with that girl, because she's got that 10% and they think that that is making up the 100% that they didn't think you had, they're gonna realize I fucked up. He's gonna get to know her, start talking to her, and he's gonna be like, oh my god, she's like not anything compared to my ex. Like she literally just had big boobs and that was what I was looking for. All they are focusing on is that 10%. So once they actually go through with it, they sleep with them, they talk to them, whatever, they will realize that they're not anything like you. You are so much better. They will come crawling back on their hands and knees to you. It could have even been like a week of a breakup and you'd be like, what? Like, no, he definitely did not do anything with anyone else in that week. If somebody suddenly ends it with you and then they come crawling back so quickly, they've done something, they've fucked up, they've realized what they've done, and they've realized what they've lost. Nobody is 100%. No one is 100%. That is the point of this. It doesn't matter. No one is 100%. You cannot tick every single fucking box. They're just looking through like binoculars and they're only just seeing that 10%. Okay, they're not seeing the big picture. And once they get to know the big picture, they realize they fucked up and they'll come straight back to you. And you don't take them back. Sometimes a guy will have a 10 out of 10 girl.
Okay. They snitch on themselves all the time. The average good man knows that no one is perfect. There is no 10 out of 10. Women need to stop using that metric. If you think you're perfect, then you must be smoking fentanyl. If a woman can provide 60 to 70% of what a man's looking for, we'll take it. Who's breaking up with a 90% in hopes of 10% more? It's not happening. Only the bad boys with options can pull that off. And guess what? All the girls want him. Young modern women are not interested in good men. They go after attractive men that give them that roller coaster experience, and then they go on TikTok and complain about all men being bad. It's the same old story. Let's take a look at the comment section. True, maybe about a boy, but not a man. Yeah, it's true, but the way that women pick men now is based off to how the man looks. It's not the character or what he does. It's how he looks. And if he looks good to you, that means he must look good to others. So watch out for that in the future. Her 10% was that she wasn't nagging him about anything. That's it. Well, that could be it, you know, because we do value peace. And I have two pretty girls here. They're both on the same level of prettiness. One's annoying and one's super chill. Obviously, I'm taking the super chill. And that's just the way it is. On to the next.
Manifest my own destiny. Sex, drugs, and rock and roll, the perfect recipe. May they remember me, my words will live on. I'm guided by an energy, a flame, hold it close to you. Check out my melodies in the media that's been leading you. I'll show you a thing. Misdirection, what's the message? They don't want you to win.
As much as we all like to rip on men, this is time to take some accountability.